Hello, welcome to Stamping by Hannah. This week I have a card making video for you on a Wednesday. I know, slightly different from my previous weeks of offering. Excuse my, I've got a tickly cough. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Anything you see in my videos you can purchase in my online store before I get any further. So yeah, normally on a Wednesday you get a vlog sort of video from me, but I was on holiday last week, and so I haven't got anything really. I've not been in my craft room. I am filming this on Monday night before I go back to work on Tuesday, and so I've got like heaps of stuff floating around in my brain, and I thought I just haven't got the opportunity. The vlogging just isn't going to happen this week, so I've got a card for you, and I'm using the so this card will be for the Global Design Project challenge this week, which is a theme. I think they call it a theme. Let me just check. I'm not good with this. Hold on. What's the number of it? Yeah, challenge number 407, which is the theme, and the theme is water creatures. Now, a slight problem with that, in that I have no fish. I have nothing. The only kind of remotely oceany, watery stamp set I have at the moment is Waves of Inspiration. So that's what I'm going to go with. So there's no fish, but it is watery. I've got a fabulous colour combination, which I'm really enjoying, of Night of Navy, Moody Mauve, and Pool Party, which I thought was fun. And I have done a couple of steps ahead of time. Because I've realised that I have not got... Oh no, that will do. I'm going to do a watercolour technique. So I need... This is a red rubber stamp set. A cling mount stamp set. But I need the plastic from... You see that? The plastic from a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm now thinking, because we had some stamp sets that came in both, and I can't remember if Waves of Inspiration is one of those. Waves of Inspiration, page 113. It's been in the catalogue a little while, this one, but it's fabulous. It's a lovely set, and we've still got, like, even though it's been in the catalogue a while, we've still got brand new inspirational pieces in the catalogue for it. I'm not using any of this today though. It does come opposite. I think the page a lot of people use is this stamp set. This is Beauty of the Deep, which is beautiful. But I just haven't got it, so I'm sticking with Waves of Inspiration. And yeah, it comes in cling mount. So that is that. So are we ready? I have already gone ahead and I've stamped the wave already on a piece of watercolour paper, Fluid 100 watercolour paper in white. You can see it's all a bit shiny. And I am going to use these three colours of ink to kind of add some colour to this. I'm then going to do a bit of die cutting, and yeah, just generally, like I was saying that I'm not vlogging this week, but I am also not that organised, so I'm just pulling out. I haven't got the all of the re-inkers that I need. There's Pool Party. Right on the end. So I'm not very good with the re-inkers. I try and remember to buy them and then don't. And I've ended up, I started to collect them before we had our colour reshuffle. And yeah, so basically I've not got all the re-inkers that I need at the moment. There we go. So I've got a spritzer that's got water in it. I've got a big block, and I've got the re-inkers and the ink pads. I've not got Moody Mauve in a re-inker, so I'll use the ink pad for that, but it's fine. So I'm going to add some water onto my clear block. I'll probably do 2 or 3 good spritzes, and I'm going to take Pool Party, and I just want a little dab of ink, little dot. Doesn't need to be very much. That's more than enough. And I'm then going to take the clear plastic. So this could be, like, this bit's really flimsy, but you could use the plastic, they're like harder plastic sheeting from your stamps. You could use a piece of acetate, anything you like. And I'm going to use it to pick up the ink. You can see it's now on there. And then I'm going to put it down. Simple as that. Just using the plastic as a kind of carrier for the ink colour. So I've gone with Pool Party first, and I'm going to just pop that off to one side for a second and clean up. So I have a microfiber cloth that lives on my desk. I'm going to wipe off both the ink pad and the piece of acetate. And I'm going to use Moody Mauve next. Now, like I said, I haven't got Moody Mauve in a reinker because it's just not that organised. So I'm going to just dab my ink pad on there like that. Just transfer the colour. So you don't always need a reinker for this. You could use ink pad. And I'm again going to spritz my water on and pick up the colour with my acrylic or plastic sheet and dab it on. Now I am doing this so that the colours are still wet. Obviously you would get a different look if you let the colours dry in between, like so. I might need to add a little bit more Pool Party in, but we shall see, because we're then going to go in with Night of Navy. So wipe that one off and my sheet again. And again, because I've got the reinker to hand, so I'm going to do 3 squirts of water and 1 drop of reinker. There we go. Oh, I do love a reinker drop. Oh, gorgeous. Right. And again, use that sheet to pick that up. I don't want like a great big blobble in the middle. I don't really want that. But that's okay. So we can, and you can kind of alter the way it moves around. So if you've got like less of a, like, I'm not explaining myself very well. If you've got a lot of ink in a particular place, you can kind of move the sheet as well, wipe the sheet across. There's loads of ways that you can kind of make patterns basically with that. So I think that's really cool. I'm going to add on some more Pool Party. I'm going to leave that a minute to dry. A bit more Pool Party on there, because I think that's got a bit lost. But while I'll just give that a minute, we can do a couple of other bits while we wait. So I've also now got really mucky fingers. I'm going to pick up a piece of white cardstock and it's all going to go horribly wrong, but we shall see. I have already gone ahead as well and cut my layers. So I've got a card base of Night of Navy. I've got a layer of Moody Mauve and a layer of basic white. And I've got a scrap piece of basic white. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping and a bit of die cutting just while we wait for that piece to dry. So I have the sentiment that says happy birthday, again from the Waves of Inspiration stamp set. I really like this sentiment, this particular stamp, because it's just really, really simple, really clean, just lovely. Now there is a coordinating die set for this this stamp set, which is called the Waves dies, because this is pre Stampin' Up making all of the stamps and dies the same name. So there is a lovely little label that cuts that out beautifully, and then there's also a couple of clouds as well. So I'm gonna run all that through my mini cut and emboss machine. So let's grab that out. I do love this gadget. It's really handy, just for little jobs like little, you know, just, you know, yeah, you just need a little sentiment die cut. I'm going to snip it out of this piece of this basic white, just because this machine is so dinky, and sometimes dies get just, like, there's just too much cardstock. So, I'm going to line all of that up, and as usual, my trusty piece of washi tape is going to help me get that perfectly where I want it and hold it there without the risk of it moving around, which it tends to on this machine just because my plates are really warped. But you know, worst things happen, don't they? So I'm going to run that through there. So I've got my lovely sentiment. Like, isn't that just stunning with the stitched edge? There we go, just gorgeous. So that's that. And then I also want some of those clouds. So again, just going to pop those on there, and I'm going to run the little one through twice, just because I want 2 little and 1 big one. Now these dies have another layer, so if you look really closely, let's see if the camera pick it up. It might not. Sometimes you can tell there's like they're slightly embossed, but also there's another layer that you can add on to add like extra detail, if you wanted to. I'm not going to bother on this occasion, because I think I've got enough going on this card already. So we've got those three cute little clouds. I'm going to move those out of the way because I'm going to bring my Pool Party ink back in a second. Ooh. That out of the way. There we go. So is that dry? That's dry enough. So again, 3 squirts of my water, a drop of Pool Party ink, and I'm just going to use my sheet to pick that up and add that straight there into my wave. And the reason I wanted to add a bit more Pool Party was so that I could see the wave better, because I think the wave had got a little bit lost. To make sure that all of the paper behind the wave has been covered with ink. Now I'm thinking, do I need a little bit more Moody Mauve in there? I don't think I do, because I'm going to add that. I'm going to add that in a different way in a second. So I'm going to move that off to one side just so it can dry. And I'm going to take my layer of basic white, and there's a really cute little single bird stamp, which I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy. Now, to get my placement, I am going to do a little bit more die cutting using the Stylish Shapes die I cannot get enough of. So that's how big my piece is going to be. I'm going to die cut that wave in a second. But I can then use the die to sort of work out placement, so I know exactly where it's going to go, and I can put my stamps down accordingly. So move that out of the way, move that out of the way, and that out of the way, and bring my die cut machine back in. Whoa. And I'm just going to pop this on there, and the machine's not going to like this too much because it's going to be a flat edge going through, but we'll get there. So I probably don't need washi tape on this one, because it's a large die, and once I've sandwiched it, it's not moving. I tend to use washi tape with small dies because they don't they have a habit of jumping about. Whoa, there we go. A little bit stiff. You can tell that it's gone all the way through though. So I can then peel back my outer bit. And this is not quite dry yet. I can feel that it's the paper's still a little bit wet, which is fine. So the last thing I need for this card, take that out of there. Oh, I do love these days because they've again got that really lovely. Oh, when it'll eventually zoom in. Focus, come on. Stitched edge. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? It looks, I think that's very, very sea-like. So the last thing I need is a little bit of ribbon. I don't use a lot of ribbon on cards, I've got to admit, but this stuff's lovely. This is the textured ribbon in Moody Mauve. This comes in all of the new in colours. So Moody Mauve, Wild Wheat, Pebbled Path, and the other ones. What are the other colours? Where have they gone? I'm gonna actually have to look. I'm actually gonna have to look it up because I can't remember. I can't remember all the colour names. Like I said, I've been on holiday this week. My brain has, just completely gone. Wild Wheat, Copper Clay, Moody Mauve, Boho Blue, that was the one I've forgotten, and Pebbled Path. But it's a really lovely ribbon. It's really nice, really soft. I'm not going to use masses of it today, but just a little hint of a bit of colour. So there is our sentiment, and this is a list die cut. You could feed the ribbon through either end. I'm not going to, actually. I'm just going to snip it off. And if you've got like a little frayed bit at the end, I'm going to just snip this bit off. But you could use a lighter and just really gently like seal the ends, so you sort of melt the ribbon and it stops it from fraying any further. And this is how I store my ribbon, by the way. So I keep it on the spool. But I saw this, I think it was Patty Bennett, little like bulldog clips, just clipped the end, so I know exactly where the end is all the time. Really handy. So, all right, let's get this card layered together. So like I said, I've got my card base of Night of Navy. I'm just going to burnish the fold on that. And then a layer of Moody Mauve. I really love this colour. It's really, really gorgeous. And it works really well with that navy. Look at that. It's just beautiful. And then our layer of basic white that we have, there's a little bit of stamping on there, isn't there, with those birds. So, there. Like that. And then our little watercoloured square. I'm just thinking, am I going to layer it on directly? I think I am. Or am I going to pop it up? No, I'm going to layer it on because I can pop everything else up then. So, just a bit of seal, which I've just come to the very end of. How convenient. And I'm going to layer that on there like that. Then I have got some mini dimensionals, and I just want a couple on the backs of our clouds. 1, 2. Just to pop them up then, and these are going to go kind of off of that that square as well. So we've got kind of full, they're going all the way off, actually all the way off, all the way out to the edge. of the card. And then that one up there. And then I just need to add our piece of ribbon and our sentiment at the bottom. Now, I am going, I think, yeah, I have got a little bit of Seal Plus. So I'm going to just add a little bit of that on and pop our ribbon on the top of that. There we go. I don't use Seal Plus very often. It's not an adhesive that I like. I really struggle with it. But sometimes when I can get it to work, it just needs a lot of practice, and I haven't practiced very much. So there we go. Our lovely little birthday sentiment just popped up on there, and that is our card for the Global Design Project challenge number 407, Water Creatures. Thank you ever so much for joining me, as always. Anything you see in my video, you can purchase in my online store, and I hope to see you again really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.